last week, you're going to look at what it is you have first. Okay, let's make this a little bigger. Okay, so let's look at number 1 on that side. This is your given, and this is what we're looking for, right? So you can always start with your given. Is that blue a little too light? Let's go to, it's good? Okay, so where you're starting at is the 2.5 moles of KCl, okay? Remember, you always start with your given, all right? Now, remember that, forget about the numbers for a minute, go ahead and set up the units. So whatever unit is here, that's going to go where? Very good. Moles of KCl. Now, my question is asking for, remember you're going from one chemical to a different chemical in that same equation. So what's the chemical that we're going to be looking for? Of potassium, right? Okay, now anytime you have your mole to mole, these numbers come from? Yep, your equation, and so that coefficient is going to give it to you. What's my mole for K? 2. And what's my mole for KCl? 2. Very good. So this is going to cancel the KCl, and now you have moles of K. Isn't this what we did last week? Okay.
Why do you cancel it?
Because you no longer are going to have potassium chloride. You want to have potassium. Okay, so that's why you're using the coefficients to change it to the moles of potassium.
You still use the number, it's just that you're not using that unit.
Right, you're going from, that's why you're using those coefficients to go to the new mole of potassium, and you're no longer going to be working with a potassium chloride. Okay? All right, so 2.5 times 2 divided by 2 is going to give you what? Yep, it's going to give you the 2.5 moles of K. Now, look at your question. Were they asking for moles? Bless you. They're asking for grams. Very good. So, there's 2 ways you can do this. You can I haven't had my whole coffee today. You can do the whole formula the way I gave you the format on the notes. Or you can, this is part of your answer, right? But then we can go to the formulas that we did all last month. How do I find grams?
Moles times the GFM.
Moles times your GFM. So here's my moles times my GFM. What is my GFM for potassium?
39.
Yep, 39. So 2.5 times your 39 is going to give you your grams of potassium. And that is what's going to be your total answer for that problem. So 2.5 times 39 is how much? 7.5? 97.5. What was that? The 39 is coming from the periodic table. So you have to look at potassium, and you have to look at its molar mass. Okay?
So whenever you're looking for the grams, you take
the GFM.
What you're looking for, take that element to the periodic table and
right. That is if it's an element. Here it's an element, but could they have asked for chlorine?
Yeah.
So you would have had to take, like, chlorine is 35, 36, and then times 2, because the Cl, you see how it has the 2 in there? You see how it has the 2 there? You would have had to multiply times 2 if you would have been looking for Cl instead of the K. Okay, so remember, guys, that's a good question. Did you hear what he said? He said, do you always look for the weight of the element? Well, that is if your unit is an element. If it had been a molecule, that means you have to take that weight times 2 because you have 2 of them, right? If it were a compound like water, then you'd have to get the GFM of the whole compound. Okay, that's a good question. Anybody else?
You add them all up, right? You add up all the masses and then you multiply them.
Right.
And say if it was a compound and it had what's called what's that thing called? The things that are at the end of it.
The subscript, the parentheses.
Yeah, if you had like a 2, you say if it was a compound and it had a 2, you add them all up and then multiply times 2.
Right. Yes. Remember that if you have a number outside of the parentheses, it multiplies to everything inside the parentheses. Okay? All right, that's good. That's good, guys. This is all coming back. All right, let's do another one. Pick one from that page. You want to pick something from that page? Yeah, there is a back, but let's do the front page. Or, you know what? Let's do number 4, because it's starting with grams. Okay, it's the same thing. Okay, except this time, instead of doing the mole to mole first, and doing the conversion later, what do we have to do first? You have to do the conversion first, right? Because, are they giving me moles? Unplug me, huh? Unplug.
Would you multiply K times 10.8?
Well, but wait a minute. They have grams, so before you do the moles, I have to get the moles, right? Miha, unplug. Yes, you're going to divide. Because to find my moles, what's my formula for that?
39.
The grams divided by the GFM, the molar mass. Very good. So you have 10.8 divided by the molar mass of K. What did we say K weighed? 39. So 10.8 divided by 39? 0.276 or 0.28, right? Of K. And so that's moles of K. Now that I have moles, now can I do my mole to mole? Ooh, you can't see that. Okay, is that a little better? There we go. Okay. So moles of K is going to go here. Now I can do my mole to mole, right? What am I looking for? So moles of KCl will be up here. Now remember, these numbers, every time you have mole to mole, that comes from my, that comes from where? When you have mole to mole, it comes from the equation. So what's my mole of KCl? 2. Very good. What's my mole of K? So this is going to give me my mole of KCl, which is what I'm looking for, right? So 0.28 times 2 equals, divide by 2.
0.28.
Yep, it's going to be the same thing. Yes, it's going to be the same thing. Okay? Very good. Okay, but you see how you have to either do the conversion up front and then do your mole to mole thing, or you have to do your mole to mole, your actual stoichiometry, and then do the conversion afterwards. Okay? But you see, the only thing that's different is that you're converting either before or after. Yes? 0.28 was actually what was given from the 10.8 grams divided by the molar mass. That's what gives you the moles. It's 0.28 is what they told me.
Can you just...
Double check that. 10.8 divided by 39.
That's not what he's asking. Can you do show us how you did that again?
Okay, wait a minute. Both of you are talking at the same time. Is that what you're asking? Yes? Okay. Okay, all right.
Do you need to explain to me again how you got the given, why it turned out to be 0.28 again?
Okay, because you started off with 10.8 grams of potassium. Okay? So 10.8 grams divided by the molar mass. Guys, we're interrupting. Everyone should be turning up front. Everyone should be facing this way.
So whenever it's grams, you have to convert it to...
Okay, that includes you, young lady. Face forward.
Can I use the restroom?
Not during the lesson. Okay.
So whenever it's grams up there, you have to convert it to its molar mass.
You have to, remember, you have to be at moles.
Okay, so what you do is you take the given, and then you take the element that it's given, you get the...
Or a compound.
So you take the mass from there, and you divide it by whatever it gives you. And
Right, that's the formula that we were using last month. The moles equals grams divided by the GFM.
Okay, so just once you get that, then you have your molar mass.
That's your moles, and so that's your starting point.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, any other questions? Are we sure? Girls, unplug. Okay, so we can go anywhere from grams to moles, moles to grams.
Yes.
Are we all good?
Yes.
Do we need another example?
No. Single,
Uh,
real time.
Are we good, yes or no?
Yes.
Let him ask what he needs to ask. All right. You know what? We can help you out right now. All right, go ahead and get started.